Rocket, welcome. How are you, mate? You well? Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can get you from good to really good, better than good, trending towards the right way of good. Magic, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm great.
Well, sorry, I'm a bit late. As I said, I got caught up on my own golf swing. Can I tell you, I was hitting the stealth. You know, I've already hit that, and it's a really nice driver. I was in Big Swing Golf. Part of you can go to Big Swing Golf. There's 18 Drummond golf stores that have Big Swing Golf venues, and I was in there testing out the Full Swing Golf Simulator, and I got caught up in a Sergio-like move. One of you two sent me the Sergio video where he's talking to someone about the pulling the down. You have to pull it down and you don't go. And I tried the Sergio move, and you know what happened?
You threw your club into the bushes.
No. That wasn't that wasn't a good Sergio laugh impression. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Thank you. Right on cue as always, Rocket Man. No, I gained 3 miles per hour just by the whole act of pulling down. If there's any golf pros or gurus that might want to comment on, but just instead of that turning with the, I just would fire the hips first, and you still obviously fire the hips. But I went into that pull down, and I've heard that a couple of times lately, and I reckon I gained 3 miles an hour. So
I did see it. I don't think I sent it to you, but I did see it this week, and it helps for someone like me because what I've tried to rewind in the last 12 months is that throw the hands forward, right shoulder over the top move. And yeah, he talked about it being like a chain. And instead, as soon as you get to that set position, the first thing you want to do is pull your hands down like you're pulling a chain, and then sort of dropping into that swing.
Yeah, and he would not have hit his brother with his driver if he actually did that.
No,
dropped it in as he was about to throw it.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a throw for a while. These advisors have kept him reasonably in check.
He's outsourced them. He's outsourced them to like Bryson, to Patrick, and I'll tell you what, they're working hard. I'll tell you what, no wonder he's not unhappy because he's raking the money in. Because, he's got these guys working hard, and he's charging top dollar for his advisement services. He's done a number on JT last year on the Salvation Tour, and now it's Reed and Bryson.
Where do you get those that sort of sources? Is Free Hills, Hollingdale, and Garcia? Is that Arthur Anderson Garcia?
Tell you what, he's looking sharp. I saw him playing on the television tonight, and he got a little bit of George Michael going. He had the big, the Phil Mickelson mirror glasses and this very shaped dark beard. He looked a little bit fancy, did Sergio?
It's working.
It's all like Gallows whispers.
He's going that way in the leaderboard. Where's he sitting? Like -5 or something like that at current state of play?
He did. Started well, 5 under, finished in the clubhouse.
There you go.
That's a good start.
He was going lights out when I saw him. He was just knocking the back of the hole out with the wedges from distance. It was good. Look, we haven't tipped. We don't. Obviously, the Molov golf tipping contest.
Sergio for the 22 Masters. There you go.
Oh, let's go. Let's going early with the tips for the Masters. Sergio. Okay.
Yeah.
How are we going in the tipping competition? Thank you for everyone that's participated in that. Where are we up to? Did we gain any more tippers this week? We
did. Yeah, we're up to just under 60. Look, the only thing I know about the tipping comp is I'm last, but I'll tell you what, I don't need to check. I don't need to check the leaderboard at all because I get a fair few messages telling me that I'm last from many different people. My favourite, PK's been slamming me and including on his Instagram stories. My favourite was Pultz. Pultz said they're going to start calling you Audi if I get up to 4 zeros or 3 zeros. And then he forgot to put his tips in this week. So
did he?
I was very happy about that. I messaged him. He wasn't happy about that, but I was.
If you are part of the tipping contest, obviously you get the notification via the email from Teepster. We will try and do our best to keep everyone informed. the little commentary on the Instagram stories that we put. It's just a bit of fun. But if you want some, if you like a bit of trash TV, and you don't mind a bit of reality, Love Island, and you want to get more in touch with your Korean side, go and watch Inferno Island, and you'll see the beauty of the Korean dating culture and the joy of the Korean dating channels. My wife is absolutely infatuated by Korean TV, and she introduced me to Inferno Island. So if you picked up on the Inferno Island, Sung Jae-im saying, I'm all over Inferno Island, that's where it comes from.
I was thinking, where is this story going, Ross? How do we get onto this?
That's me being forced to watch Korean TV by Mrs. My Love of Golf. Gotcha. There you go. Anyway, Sung James, my pick, and where's he? Plus -2 down there with your pick, Rocket.
Yeah, he's with
J-Day.
J-Day, yeah, correct. But as we sort of talked about, North Course was the course to beat up on this week early, as they always do. Yeah. J-Day played the South, so he could quite easily make up a fair bit of space on the leaders tomorrow.
Yeah. So North Course at Torrey is obviously the harder one.
Easier one.
Easier one.
Easy one, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't say the averages today, but they're a bit hard to tell. But yeah,
I think the difference was 3.5 strokes, I think, this year. So it's the highest it's been in ever.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
So I think the North has either played a lot easier than normal, or the South was just that little bit harder.
Yeah. No, it looked it was beautiful conditions to play golf this morning. There was no excuses.
Lucky, because sometimes that first round, those first 2 days, is it's not unusual for it to be just pure cold garbage, and the people that are playing the South Course on those first day just get Open Championship'd and just get blown out.
It was the year Snedeker won 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I remember the final round he played in the morning and shot, whatever he shot 3-4 under, and everyone else went out in the weather and shot 3-4 over, and he ended up coming from 30th to go on and win. So it can definitely turn ugly, like you said.
Yeah.
So what are we watching from this week at Torrey Pines? What are we expecting? We're sort of one day in. Anything caught your eye other than
John Rahm's probably caught my eye.
Well, might have been able to catch your eye if it was on TV.
It was a very limited time. I think it was 7 to 8:30. That was it. It wasn't a lot.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything, and I went to look at it, and I was getting a replay of the Australian PGA.
Yes,
I'm like, what the hell am I watching? Flicked through channels, went and looked at the guide. I'm like, hang on, where is this show? What day is this?
No, it was a bit of a weird one, the times this morning.
So, Rocket, something has caught your eye. Your cryptic Zoom background on the Zoom, obviously. That's, as I said, this is Zoom background, therefore Zoom indicates something cryptic. If you want to watch what the Zoom background is, you need to check it out on the YouTube channel, which thank you. You know what? We gained 2 followers this week. 2. That's like 100% over the week before.
Compounding. It's just compound, right? It's just compounding. That's it. So we start compounding.
So for everyone that did follow this week, we thank you and appreciate the followership. Speaking of YouTube, if you want to check out my latest video on YouTube, it's over there at Drum and Golf TV.
Flying.
Bending off Academy. Oh, that's exactly right, Mike. Which one? There's so many at the moment.
I watched the putter one the other day.
Oh, well, there's been another one dropped since then. The Adidas Tour 360 shoes.
Oh, yes.
A little bit of wind noise. Apologies in advance for the wind noise. Recorded it late, had a little bit of time pressure. But I tell you, the new Adidas Tour 360s are really good. The putter one, I got a few nice comments from the putter one. People, should keep doing it? Worthwhile, those little short bits of information for the people?
Yes.
Why not?
Okay, thanks. We'll keep doing it then. But anyway, I love golf YouTube. That's what we hear about. Check it out. So, Rocket, back to you. What's caught your eye? I can see this blonde-headed dude. Okay. Unload.
Well, this is a historical reference for one of my favourite movies, Hackers, with Johnny Lee Miller and also Angelina Jolie. So it's in the cybers world, and the lead character, his handles or hacker handles, one was Zero Cool and the other one was Crash Override. And there's a particular clip in the movie where he's being arrested and he's yelling out "Hack the planet." It's quite iconic. So I carved up that video. And then in honour of Brooks's, dyeing his hair peroxide blonde, going back to whatever his younger high school days are, from now on he's just going to be known as Zero Cool. He's going to hack the planet. Simple as that.
So was that the whole? And sorry, I haven't followed it so closely. I obviously saw the Zero Cool reference there in the blonde, thing with his barber. He hasn't changed anything else. Like he hasn't announced a new golf ball or anything like that. So the whole, something special's coming. References that he was putting out via the socials were in reference to changing the color of his hair.
Yeah, he's probably bored. Someone's bet him something. He's lost a bet.
Right.
Yeah, I don't follow him. The first I saw of it was today. I think the No Leg Up Boys or someone saw the back of his head poking out from under his hat was blonde. And then I saw that Brooks released a Slim Shady soundtrack to his hair dyeing. It doesn't look great. I mean, I've got no hair, so he can do what he likes.
What makes it worse? Right? He's in the same boat as me. He's got really dark hair. So as soon as you go blonde and you've got really, really dark eyebrows, you look like a complete muppet.
Is this you telling us that from?
Yeah, have you done that before?
Have you done that before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gone blonde.
What would we need to do bet-wise for you to do that again?
Maybe that's a challenge for the people. That's a challenge for the people to see what they can do, see what they need to do to get Rocket to do that.
I like it.
Charity? Can we throw some bucks at Lifeline? What do we need to get to for Lifeline for you to dye your hair blonde?
Ooh.
Now the pressure's on.
Go easy. Like we're not there's only 7 people that listen to this show, and your mum and my dad's one of them, 2 of them, sorry. And thanks for Rocket for the comment on the YouTube video as well. It's good that you're watching 3 of us, but more importantly, your good son here doing the good work. What do we need to get to for Lifeline? Donated via the Drum and Golf stream to Lifeline. Put it out there. Let's put it out there. How do we collect these donations? Rocket dyeing his hair blonde in reference to Brooks. Is he still your current, poster boy? I still love him. Okay. He's doing weird stuff. I still love him. All right. Well, this is once again, this is on the script, which is unscripted. So, Mike, you're the technical guru. You can manage is it a GoFundMe? Is it something like that? Is there?
It's easy. Just set up. You just set it up through the foundation. Just anytime you put a donation in, there's a receipt that's generated. It'd be easy enough to see. Set up, raise money for Rocket. So Rocket's got to come back with the number.
Put the putting the pressure on. Put the cachet on now. What's it worth? I'll throw in 50, 100. There you go. I'll kick it off with 100. Mike, you'll match that. Matched.
I want to hear what he says first.
We're at 200 already, so we can't be far off getting a start in this turn. Rocket. Brooks kept the blonde for a great charity. Lifeline. Do you know that the stats are on Lifeline, every minute there's 4 people that call Lifeline in need of support, suicide prevention. It's a wonderful job, totally funded by volunteers or supported by volunteers, and a handful of people that are not a handful of people that are professionals, but it's a very volunteer-driven organisation funded by donations. So you'd be doing a good thing, Rocket, now that you opened up the doorway.
I didn't open up the doorway. I was standing somewhere in the room and I got pushed in.
Have you ever? Yeah, I think it went have you ever dyed your hair blonde? Oh yeah, no worries, I've done that. It's easy. Okay, let's see it again. Okay, have a think about it while we keep talking.
Shit.
Got $200 already.
I'm already on the website looking into how it happened, so we're set.
Look. Hey, okay, we're all in. If you do it, Rocket, we'll do it too.
That's it. I'll do mine.
Hey, I already tan my legs.
That's true.
Jesus.
My dad gave me a stick about tan. I'll tell you, we talked about that last week. Robbie McIntyre and Andy Robertson were talking about being the widest legged pair at the Dubai Desert Classic. I chimed in and said I'd go them leg for leg in a white legs out of bounds marker contest. Ginger Ninja said yours would be skinnier than out of bounds markers, but I challenged him back. I said, don't think so, mate.
No.
27 inches around the top of this tree trunk here, mate. It's bigger than most humans' waistband.
The one thing I copying at this time of year is just the white feet. The golf tan lines are in full force at the minute after a few days in the sun.
The reverse Stuart Sink.
Yes, no, the head's fine. It's just the feet that look like. Yeah.
So back to our tips. So Sam Burns for you, he's trending okay. He's going okay. He's could be the man. Why did you go with Sam Burns?
Sam Burns is a year this year. I think I said it around Christmas time. He's going to have a massive year this year. I think he's going to have a massive year, and I think he could easily start this week. But look, after watching John Rahm this morning play the harder of the two courses and get to 6 under, I think Stuart Kerr, when I wrote something about who was going to win this week, when he saw our tips, Stu Kerr wrote back John Rahm by 1 million, and I think Stu Kerr might be right. I think if Rahm goes out on the North Course tomorrow, could post another 6 or 8 under, and do some
could have
damage.
Nice little 4-shot lead straight off the bat.
Yeah, but no.
What's
funny in the mix.
What did John Rahm get in trouble for? Was he swearing again? Was he?
Got caught swearing again today. I don't think we talked about it last week. I think it was around stadium course last week. He wasn't happy with the setup, which we talked about last week. It was a Pro-Am setup. I don't know why he was surprised where the pins were. We said last week they were going to be in the middle of the greens. You got AMs that are playing off 5 and their real handicap's 25, so they've got to be able to play.
Did anyone see that video of the Alcatraz hole and the strife that a handful of them came under?
I did. I saw Jonas Blix did a complete number on himself in round 1.
I don't know where it's obviously, I think it's on PGA Memes or whatever it is, but go and search out that, because if you've ever felt bad about dunking a ball in the water, putting it into a hazard and not being able to get it out, just go and watch that video and you'll feel better. Don't worry.
Cool.
What's the guy from New Zealand? Danny Lee. So he hits the rocks on the side, bounces over to the left-hand side. He's fairly safe. All he's got to do is chip it up, 2-putt for a bogey or a par or whatever, dunks it in the water, and then the next one's probably not on either. The ones that jam up against the rocks and then they've got to try and chip it out and get it nowhere. It's classic.
Well, there was a bloke that did it as bad last week. I was watching a bit of the Singapore Open, and there's a bloke who had about a 30-foot putt for birdie down the hill. It wasn't a madness, but as soon as he hit it, just went off in his hands, went straight past the flag. Commentators are going, that's got to stop, rolled off the green, straight down into a little pitching area. And had like a sprinkler head in between him and the green, but he was quite sunken, like way below the level of the green. And he pulled his putter out. And I was like, oh, that I would do that. Like if I didn't think the lie was right, but there's no, and they're like, he's not putting, he's no way he's putting this. He putted it, didn't get to the top of the green, rolled back to his toes. And I was just like, am I watching a professional golfer here? And then he finally got the next one up, but just on the fringe, it was going to come back to him again. And this was like Sunday. This was at the end of the tournament. He was either equal leader or one back, and he made a quad on a par 3. It was great. It made him one of us.
We'll go and check that out. Rocket, what did you did you see any of the PGA West tournament last week?
Oh no, because it's NFL
Felt like,
divisional playoffs, one of the best playoff weeks ever.
How did your mob go? There was a few upsets. Who did you beat? Who did the 49ers beat?
We beat the Green Bay Packers, the number 1 seed.
Okay, so they're gone
in their home field. So we're now in the NFC Championship game against the Los Angeles Rams. So we're hoping to just grab the football and ram it down their throat and make our way to the Super Bowl.
Now the LA Rams, they were 9-87 when I was there. We remember when I hit that 6-iron from where Lee Trevino hit it and almost hold it. That was 87. The LA Rams were a thing then. Did they go away and then come back?
Yeah. So they were the St. Louis. I think they were St. Louis Rams, and then they were LA Rams, and then they went back to St. Louis again, and then they're back to LA. And the guy who's the owner of the Rams, I think he's had to pay like $700 million to the city of St. Louis because he kind of broke a contract.
So how does that work? If you're not into NFL football, I'm not really into it. I had a Rams jersey. I bought a Rams jersey when I was there, so I thought it was pretty cool. How does that work? How can you just move a team around?
Oh, you still need to get so particular cities might lobby for you to relocate, and you might threaten whatever city you're in to build you a stadium and stuff like that. So owners can hold certain cities to ransom, a bit of almost like emotional blackmail, and then you still need to get I think at least 2/3 of all the other owners, which are effectively like a board of directors for the NFL, to approve any move, and then the NFL commission to also approve that, put a rubber stamp on it, and then you relocate to another city that might be building you a stadium.
So it's like a franchise, and you can negotiate for its position, and therefore,
Oh yeah, some owners have done some quite heinous things to cities. Definitely, very much treated it like a business and broken a lot of cities' hearts and fans' hearts. There's a laundry list of them.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You only have to look at the Raiders, right? They were originally the Oakland Raiders, and then they moved to LA because they told Oakland to jam it, and then it was going pear-shaped in LA because LA were not going to build them a stadium, and they moved back to Oakland, and then Las Vegas had been courting them, and they basically just left Oakland high and dry.
What was there was an upset? Was it the Bruins? No? I don't know.
Don't like hockey.
Oh, no, it's okay. There was maybe that's what. Well, I'd say that because on Monday there must have been a game. Sorry if I got the names wrong.
There's heaps of upsets. So you had
Oklahoma was against someone. Oklahoma.
Unless you're thinking college.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, so you had Cincinnati versus Tennessee. That was an upset. Then you had probably one of the best games ever. It was Bills and Chiefs, which the Chiefs had won.
Bills and Chiefs. That's what.
Yeah, that wasn't an upset.
That wasn't an upset.
No.
Okay.
Amazing bloody game.
Yep.
And then you had Packers 49ers. So we'll call that a bit of an upset. But at the same time, our team is in pretty good form. And then the other one is Rams versus Bucks. Tampa versus LA.
Bills and Chiefs was the one that I was thinking of because I can hear Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's my text message.
What was your ringtone last week?
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, sorry.
And yeah, I got Darth Vader as my text tone.
Yeah, okay. No, the reason why I knew about without knowing, but I remembered Bills and Chiefs is because Stephanie Nah was following it while we were playing golf together on Monday. And she was interested in one of those two games. So the Chiefs was Kansas City, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma, Kansas. So that's probably why I got confused there. I don't even know if they're close together. Excuse me.
Well, it's not actually in Kansas City. Or it's not. Kansas City's not in Kansas.
Okay.
It's in Missouri.
This is a golf podcast. We're trying to turn into a very bad geography lesson on the United States. I know where the middle of the 17th green is Alcatraz at Palm Springs.
So you've got Kansas and you've got Missouri.
Yep.
Kansas City
Yep.
is in Missouri.
Okay, that makes sense.
On the border of Kansas.
Gotcha. Anyway, back to Stephanie Na. We were playing in the Pro-Am at the WPGA Melbourne Golf International event. That was a 2-day event, 36 holes for the professional women, held at Latrobe. So a couple of little mentions. Latrobe Golf Club, very well done to Tony Carswell, who's the pro out there, and with Simon Priest, put that event together. Got the support of the Women's PGA and obviously Golf Australia, and put an event on for the women. 36 holes. There was some money involved, obviously, prize money, reasonably decent prize money for a 36-hole event. And I went out there to play in the Pro-Am with Stephanie Na, who I'd never met before. Obviously know who Stephanie Na is because she's had a career that spanned Europe, spanned America, LPGA, Symetra Tour, LET. Is now back home for a wee bit to play the Summer of Golf out here, and was just an absolute gem of a young lady to spend 18 holes with. It was more like a social round of golf, which I sort of had to remind myself, this young lady's playing for score here. She's not here to entertain us, but we all got on very well. And she didn't start off very well in the round that we played, but she finished like birdie, birdie, and then shot equal low score on the second day. Obviously, the event was won by Karis Davidson, who is just obviously qualified for the LPGA Tour. Sorry, my microphone's going funny. The LPGA Tour, young Aussie champion, and she was great to win. Brianna Gill for second, but it was just really good. Latrobe was very well turned out. I don't know if either of you played at Latrobe before.
Never played Latrobe, so they've always been on the list, just never got there.
It's a shorter course, but being in that sort of riverside precinct of all of that Melbourne golf, in that sort of Yarra River belt, Kew, Green Acres, Latrobe, whatever else, Ivanhoe, Yarra Bend, all that sort of thing. It's quite tight and tree lined, and
I like Green Acres.
But Green Acres is next to Kew, and this is just down the road. And they built this wonderful little 5-hole course there, and really focusing on the development of the game with a 5 short-hole course. And but it was just great. It was great to play with Stephanie. Absolutely smashed it. Clearly is a athlete, prepares very well, and it was just awesome to be part of it. And so well done to all of those guys.
There's a lot of good courses in that little pocket, isn't there?
Oh, they're all got, it's sort of like a mini, it's not a sandbelt, of course, there's nowhere near the sandbelt. But
call it the clay belt, I reckon.
River belt, clay belt. But it's certainly got a type. I've never played Green Acres, but it certainly looks...
It's actually really good.
Yeah. Well,
I love it.
So there's obviously a lot of conjecture between the Q and the Green Acres members. They think they're both better than...
Q's really good. There's a couple of holes where just they make your eyes sort of like twitch a little bit. But then Green Acres, the Green Acres, there's a couple as well, but just as a whole, I think both courses are fantastic.
Yeah, so there's certainly a style of golf over there which is different to the sandbelt, of course, which is great. That's what makes Melbourne golf unique. But anyway, that event was great. Best of luck to all the girls playing. What are they've got? They've got some have got the Pro-Am at Peninsula Kingswood on Monday. Marcus Fraser's event. Then they've got the WebEx. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't mention WebEx. They've got the Rockets competitor event down at the Players Series.
Former employer.
At Rosebud. There's the Vic Open where obviously the women will be playing. Then the Players Series moves up to the Hunter Valley at the Vintage. Maybe another one in Sydney. I can't remember correctly.
And then, Murray.
Sorry?
Got the new one this year on the Murray, the Jared Lyle one.
That's correct. That's right, at the Murray. And then the women go up later in maybe April. They got an event at Bonville and then on the Gold Coast. Nice. And they're both LET co-sanctioned events. So, there's a couple of European-based players that are made their summer out here. Lydia Hall is out here, and she'll stay and play in the events that are European Tour co-sanctioned. It was just great. They're really, really high quality golf. I went out on the Tuesday and watched the girls play, and young Stephanie Bunky hits it as good as anyone I've ever seen. She made a check. She got a couple of grand in a check, which is great to see her. She's a new pro. We've talked about Steph. She won that had the rangefinder thing at qualifying school. Great girl, local. So anyway, but Stephanie put a post out there, and she said, I said to her, Steph, most of my playing partners, in Pro-Ams have gone on to win in the following months. So the M-Log Mojo has been passed on, and she embraced the M-Log Mojo wholeheartedly. So not wanting to put the Moz,
So good.
but she's taken that. She's taken that in the M-Log Mojo, and you guys are part of that Mojo. Anyway, back to but I did commit. We did comment and commit to doing a little bit better at the coverage and the commentary on some of the women's golf. We've been very good at it. The US PGA, the LPGA, tournaments that have those really great golf courses that they play at. We talk about the Solheim Cup and all that sort of thing. But we'll keep doing that, and we'll do more of it, and we'll do it better. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. What else are we talking about? We've been all around the place.
We have. Last week, before we move on from I know we've moved on from the Amex, but we did have, we only had one person that had the best score in the tipping last week. That was Jared Lotes, who had Tom Hoagie. I don't know where he got Tom Hoagie from. It was a pretty good get. So that earned him a truckload of points last week, more than everybody else, obviously, because no one else had anything like that. He got $828,000 in points. And then you had a few people, a few being about 10 people that had Patrick Cantlay. They got 220,000 points for that. And this week, most everyone's put their tips in except for Paul, so I might remind everybody he did forget again. And there's a handful of others. Actually, another one of my mates, Diesel, he forgot to put his pick in as well. Hector Single Figure forgot to put his picks in. So just remember, people, keep your eye on the socials. We'll remind you as well as the email.
Just put your tips in. Just put your tips in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've had a busy week. Out of us three, who's on top?
I don't know. It's not me.
Well, it's not you.
No, I think that was a loaded question.
Oh, 100%. That's why I said I don't know. The winning.
I don't have any others. Any other types?
The winner so far is Nomadic Golfer still leading, just under 1.7 mil. Shermanator 1.48, and remember they picked the winner 2 weeks ago, so they're both flying high. Jared Loader 79, he's shot up to third place.
I picked the winner almost picked the winner 2 weeks ago as well, but
you did,
but I stuffed up my tips.
But the leader of us is M-Log Rossco on 252K, Rocket on 202K, so not far behind. I'm about 252K behind you, Ross. But not for long.
Nomadic Golfer Rocket, you should jump aboard Nomadic Golf. He's a fellow Tasmanian, I believe.
I don't know if he's Tasmanian. I did find his Instagram, but I've been away from the grams.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. It's keep him, gives me something to look at. I don't know, have no idea why I picked Sanjay M. I think because everyone else has picked him at some other stage. I said I may as well just pick him. I've got zero strategy behind it. We don't confer.
Well, Sanjay M he's finished in the top 5 there for 2 of the last 3 years or something.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that.
His last week he finished 11th last week, and 2 weeks before that he finished 8th. The one in the middle he missed the cut was the week I picked him, so you're fine.
So, but then it's that whole thing of you've got to look at it and think, well, who am I going to sacrifice this week that I don't get to pick later on?
That's exactly what I'm sitting on here. For all the people that out there that are making fun of me sitting on $0, they're burning John Rahm and Patrick Cantlay. I look forward to the majors coming around and being able to choose Patrick Cantlay or John Rahm.
I've saved a few Scots in there for for burners.
Russell Knox for the Scottish Open.
Rusty Knox. No, I wouldn't pick Rusty Knox at the Scottish Open.
Where are they playing? We'll get around. That's a long way away.
I wouldn't pick him there. Will the Scottish Open? That'll be in Teepster.
I believe it is because it's a PGA Tour event this year.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
of course.
I believe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What else?
This is when the Sith Lords start to take over the other planets like Tatooine.
So that week we'll end up having 2 picks. We'll have a pick at the Barbasol, and we'll have a pick at the Scottish Open. Just so everyone, when that week comes around, we pick both tournaments. But the difference where you want to make your smart pick is the Scottish is worth $8 million in prize money for the field. Barbasol's 3.7. So, yeah. The ones you want to concentrate on is, which is not far away, is the players. Players prize pool's 20 million US. So you really want to try and get that winner.
There you go. You've heard it here first. Now, Rocket, there must be something grinding your gears. There must be something that's you're waiting to unload on.
No.
Okay.
No.
You sure?
No, there's stuff that happens and it's just still just normally annoying and things like that, but not enough to make me go blah.
Okay. You haven't played any golf, but any update on how many flat packs you've unpacked or how many screws you've screwed in?
So now you've got into the gear grinding. Like I've put together so much shit in the last 2 weeks. And what made it worse is Mrs. Rocket was ordering a dining table and she'd forgotten to put in the installation fee. They've dropped it off. I'm working through the day. I've come out of my study and I've gone, what's all this? She goes, oh, shouldn't take too long. I'm like, what do you mean shouldn't take too long? Weren't they going to install it? She goes, oh, I forgot. Oh, it'll be the last one you have to do. And I went, don't make a promise you're not going to be able to keep. And she got to do it. She wants to do it with a smile. Oh my God, I'm the grumpiest bastard on the earth when it comes to these things at the moment. They just drive me mental.
Magic, you got any golf for you last weekend?
Last weekend, did I play golf? I don't think I did. I'm trying to think. With this public holiday in the middle of the week, it's completely thrown me. No, I don't think I had golf last weekend. I'm playing next weekend. We're playing at Airport. Got Melbourne Airport golf next weekend.
Is that a GMGA?
Yeah, a bit of a social catch up with a few long lost members, and you know, we're all about public golf and good golf. The golf course out at right underneath the Tullamarine, where the planes land. If people haven't been out there, it's literally, if you really wanted to, you could probably hit a plane with a ball. We don't advise that. But they've got a deal where I think it's $40 for the round, and that includes lunch. And lunch is either fish and chips, a parma, and a burger, 18 holes, on a really nice little course.
That's actually a really tough choice.
It's a great, yeah, I know. So I think we've got
fish
about
and chips, parma, or burger.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go the parma, just to be safe. Yeah, never go wrong with a parma. So yeah, it's a great little deal, and yeah, we've got a lot of members that are out this way or out in the northwest that don't play that much anymore. They've all, it's our 10th year, so they've married and kids and just don't get a chance to travel down to the Dunes or St Andrews Beach or Lonsdale. So playing somewhere like Tulla's a great choice. So a little Sunday catch up with those boys, which will be good. Oh, sorry, that's not this first next week, but we'll be playing there, and then I'm on holidays for 2 weeks, so I'll be playing golf lots. Okay. I'm catching up with Pultz. Pultz and I are going to have a hit. So if anyone else wants to say, hey, come over here to golf, let me know, because I'm literally going to be off from the 7th for 2 weeks, and I'm literally just going to play golf and do nothing.
Are you coming down to the Vic Open? Going to do anything down there?
Maybe, yeah, but that's that first week, isn't it? That 7th or 8th, yeah, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the email today. They said it's free entry to everybody.
Excellent. Well, I'll be down there.
You playing on Wednesday, or was it? Did they have time during the tournament?
They do. Oh, it's on Wednesday. Yes. Yeah. It's yes. We'll be down there.
Yeah. So there's all the pros are lined up, drawing him out of a hat.
That's it.
Pretty much. We'll be down there. Can't wait. It's a great course. I love playing down there at 13th Beach. Had a lot of good fun down there. What was I going to say? Shout out to Carl Smedley at the airport. I think he's still the man out there, is he not? He's the pro out there
Not sure. Haven't been out there in a while, so I'll be. I just spoke to him on the phone to help book it, and that was about it.
The airport. Never played there either, but I've got a lot of clients that do play out there, and I believe it's a very nice, very friendly, very welcoming little club in the northwest there, as you say, right under the flight path. Well, not under the flight path because they're actually not flying when they get to the airport because they're already on the ground as you ducked under them.
As you turn into the driveway, it's that one of those car parks right on the boundary fence of the airport where people park with the kids with their McDonald's and watch the planes land over their head. That's literally where you come in. So they come in and out on that north-south runway, and yeah, that's something different. There's some weird little courses out there
on the city side of the airport, not the Sunbury side or the Melbourne side.
It's kind of on the city side. If you're sort of standing over it, looking down, it's on the southwest side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure for the people internationally who are thinking about coming to Melbourne for some sandbell golf,
yeah,
might now have the airport golf course as their first destination as they go off the plane.
That's it. They might be needing to kill time in between flights at the airport. It's literally, I don't know how many taxis would be too rough to drive you there, but it'd be not far away. What
a great suggestion. If you're a golfer and you've got an international flight to catch and you've got sort of 6 hours, you've got to get out of your hotel at 10 o'clock. Your departure isn't till 4 o'clock. You could just drop off at an airport golf club and then just hand the rental car in and get straight to your flight. Beautiful.
It wouldn't be more than 2 kilometres from the drop-off zone at the airport. Yeah, the course.
Tell Carl Smedley we sent you. Okay, cool. What else? Anything else?
No, that's it. Dubai this week.
Who's going to win? Will Sergio win? Who's going to win that?
I liked Victor Hovland at the start of the week. Morikawa was going extremely well on the easier 9 today and then gave a few back, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Rocket?
Do you want to have a tip? Do you want to have a stab at anyone?
No. Cole. So easy.
How's Adam going?
It's very good. It's going very well, actually. And he is using the long putter, but not the very long putter. He was using the mid-range one last week, wasn't it?
The one that he holds just mid-chest.
Yeah, it was, the one that he uses and it's right up on his chest. It was kind of like 2 or 3, it felt like it was a good solid couple of inches below that. He's 1 under now. He was, he's 1 under, yeah. Don't know. Like you said last week, Rocket, just get his head around it, the putting.
Oh.
His swing has not changed.
It's still beautiful.
Mm.
Still beautiful. You could sit on a range and watch that all day.
Who else have we got? Any other Aussies? We've got Herbie in there. Who else have we got? Any other? Scrivo, is he playing?
Yeah. So we've got, so at the moment we've got Adam Scott. He's 1 under through 10. Maverick Cliff is even through 8. Herbie's 1 over through 9. Wade Ormsby 2 over through 14. Scott Hand 4 over through 18. And Scriv is 6 over through 18. Not a great start.
Not also a great start for another friend of the podcast, Ian Poulter, +4 through 11. Scotty Hand +4 through when he's finished.
It was going to get windier this afternoon. Obviously, we're not watching it at the minute, but yeah, that's they don't want to be getting pretty windy to be shooting sixes.
My boy Bobby McIntyre +2 through 9. Lift Robbie. Plenty of Scots this week. David Drysdale, Richie Ramsey, Mark Warren. Who else? We've got Monty's down the bottom of the list. Connor Symes, Stevie Gallagher. Stevie Gallagher from Pathgate, Grant Forrest from East Lothian, and who else we got? Scotty Jamieson, Davey Law.
Scott Jamieson, another good start as per last week, where actually last week I had a heartbreak because the 2 boys I liked last week were Victor Hovland and Shane Lowry. We talked about on the podcast, and going into the final round, they were sitting 2nd and 3rd, or both tied 2nd, chasing Thomas Peters, and I thought, I love this because Thomas Peters, he's soft as butter. These boys are going to overrun him.
No, they didn't.
They did not. Tell you who's soft as butter, Shane Lowry went out on a course that was described as pretty benign. I think he tripled the first. And then I think our boy Vic did something pretty similar early doors and they were gone. But didn't get close.
Guilt got to him.
On Lowry.
Yeah.
What sort of guilt?
Next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. We might be talking to someone who's involved in next week. If you'd have them on there, just to. Will you have us on? Will you have him on?
Jason Kokrak.
No, we won't give it away because he's not confirmed. You know, my people haven't spoken to his people, and there's a lot of people to be spoken to before we get this chap on. He is not playing, but he will be involved. Going to try and get hold of him while he's on the ground down there, just to give you guys a heads up of what's happening over there in Saudi. But Rocket, I just picked up there's 2 S Garcias in this field this week.
Is there?
Yep. Did you know there was another S Garcia?
No.
Oh, there is 2.
Oh, wow.
And
Breaking.
he's 4 under.
Exactly. He's one behind S Garcia.
S Garcia. We've got Sebastian Garcia Rodriguez and Sergio Garcia.
Sergio Garcia, and then you scroll your eyes down just throughout 2 spots, and there's another S Garcia Rodriguez, but all I see is S Garcia. Who is Sebastian Garcia Rodriguez?
I've never heard of him in my life. So that doesn't say a lot. I'm not the biggest European Tour aficionado.
There he is.
371 in the world golf rankings.
And up there,
He's also from Spain.
Yes, he is definitely. Probably a fair bet that he was going to be from Spain with the name like Sebastian Garcia Rodriguez. And he's up there chasing his probably childhood hero. It's great. I love it.
He's a pocket rocket. He's 5'6".
Oof.
There's a new hero for the podcast, Sebastian Garcia Rodriguez.
That's it.
SGR.
SGR. There you go.
GUR. Garcia under a pair.
Gents, thank you as always. I'll let you go. It's getting late. Unplanned, unscheduled. Thanks for listening. Check it out at YouTube. Check us out on Instagram. Check all these guys out on their Twitters and wherever else they post their stuff. Thanks for listening. Rocket, thank you.
Thank you.
Ma Rocket said she's sending up some fresh biscuits to us, Mike. So look out for those. Plug for the biscuits.
They won't last a day.
Any cheese coming back the other way? It's like tennis season. Tennis back at you. There's cheese back that way. There's biscuits this way. No?
Cheese is very, very hard to get to Port Arthur. Very hard.
Okay.
It's there. It's not close enough.
Ain't so hard to get to the multi-destination drop-off points that I access, the city or Mount Eliza, but just saying. What about you, Rocket? You know, Queensland, I'm sure that the transport hubs are servicing Queensland with cheese.
There's not too much stuff on the shelves at the moment.
You're luckier than
we're struggling with even garbage bags.
Perth's in a whole world ahead. There's a very, very quick, but this time of year,
we cover cheese. This is what we cover. A lot of people said,
no, this is just general transport. What a lot of people on the East Coast don't realise is this time of year is very prone to flooding on the Nullarbor, and you get a lot of train derailments and train tracks that literally get washed away. And so this week's been extremely bad. So there's no trains heading west. So
yeah, because you've got wet season.
So yeah, this week's been a shocker at work because everything then got to get transferred to road, and I mean everything. I'm not just talking about cheese. I'm talking anything that gets shipped west is looking for a truck. That's not easy to do.
Well, on behalf of the West Australians that are stranded and exiled from their home state, don't send cheese to WA. No. Keep it here for the Western Australians that are here that want the cheese on this side. Roston Griffiths and his wife, Karis, and their little daughter Ronnie, desperate to get home and see their family, and just keep getting battered back. They're like in tears, sort of thing. Keep the cheese over here, Mike, and distribute wisely to the Western Australians over here, and us.
I'll see what I can do for you too.
Thank you. Rocket, see you, mate.
I apologise to the listeners that I'm not fully engaged in golf yet. NFL season's just gone that little bit longer this year, and the next few weeks is going to be huge.
The NFL?
Yeah, so Monday's NFC Championship. So if we lose there, you'll get some Rocket back, like Rocket in golf focus back. But if we win there, it's going to be another 2 weeks.
Well, whatever it is, just come prepared either way. Like, I'm sure.
Like prepared like I normally am.
We faffed around the edges suitably tonight for 52 minutes, and I'm probably going to cop an earful off my dad. We faffed around the edges for that. We've talked about cheese. We've talked about drum and golf. We've talked about big swing golf. We've talked about the part that we need to loop back to and really solidify before we sign off is what's the how much cambio?
Robert thought we forgot, but I haven't forgotten.
How much cambio for the great charity? You've got daughters up there who'll do it. Like you don't have to pay and shell out and go out and leave. You know, just get up there and do it, and then do it.
I don't know. I have to consult.
We'll do it. We'll get the photo. It goes on Instagram. It's real. People donate, and then you
razor out,
and then you whiz it off, and then you just look like the free ball men.
And you just look like a top deck for a couple of weeks.
And
it's not hard. Yeah. I know it sounds simple. I need to consult.
It's for the charity.
Yeah, I understand that, but I need to consult.
They've already got $200.
I actually have already messaged Sebastian Garcia Rodriguez to see how many dollars he'll chip in. Euros.
10% of his prize pool from this week. And he's
big money. He'd be definitely doing it.
I have to consult.
A King Island on board? Would they? Is there any? Like I can get Drum and Golf Melbourne on board.
Like get the hair the colour of camembert or something like a triple brie.
Smoked cheddar.
Smoked cheddar peroxide.
Hey, if your boy Brooks can do it, Rocket, and make a thing out of it for the pip, you can do it for the peep. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with a blonde rocket and at least $200 for Lifeline. If you do need any help, support, please 131114. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.